Hello YouTube and the YTPC. Smoking Buddy Matt back again. Coming on today to wish everyone a very happy 4th of July. It is the 4th of July today, and I hope you can take some time out to celebrate in whatever way that you do. Whether that is barbecuing, getting together with friends, setting off some fireworks, just enjoying some time with the family. You know, whatever it is that you do. Seen some good videos around, a lot of people talking about, it always seems to come up kind of what the meaning is behind, a lot of these holidays we celebrate, especially kind of the summertime, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, and on later into Veterans Day. I don't want to get too deep into all that. I think everyone that watches these videos probably has a pretty good understanding. But I do think it's important to kind of reflect on what the actual meaning is. I myself, part of what I do is I do display a U.S. flag in front of my house from Memorial Day on through Veterans Day. And it's just kind of my own way to celebrate. But I was able to enjoy grilling out, hanging out with a friend. I have enjoyed some local fireworks. No city-sponsored fireworks. They're all neighborhood produced. Although it is pretty quiet right now. Every once in a while I do hear a rumble, but right now the street is quiet. It's something that I personally enjoy. I know not everyone's into the loud noises, and it's a bit disruptive, but it's in celebration. It is in celebration of our independence. It's important to remember that. And I hope I don't make this video too rambly. I've got a few things I wanted to touch on. I don't want to get too deep. This is just a very casual hangout video, saying hello. But as it is 4th of July, that is also, it is my official anniversary of pipe smoking. It was over 4th of July weekend back in 2017, and it had been a couple weeks prior to that. But I kind of recognize that as my official beginning in the pipe smoking. So that's 6 years enjoying a pipe. That's 6 years I've been enjoying YTPC videos. Early on, I was whatever, so-called lurker, a viewer. I enjoyed it, and I learned everything early on from those videos. Bit of housekeeping here. Right now I am smoking my Britain's Best Briar, the BBB Thorneycroft, from early mid-60s, I suppose. This actually is my latest pipe, and the few times I've smoked it, I really have enjoyed it. I got this one out because the last video I made, I was talking talking about revisiting my Stanwell pipes, which are all unfiltered, and this is also unfiltered. Over the last week or so, I've really enjoyed those pipes, and it kind of brought me back to why I originally picked them up and why I originally enjoyed them. I didn't smoke them one time and throw them away thinking these are not for me. I kind of grew into preferring filtered pipes. But yeah, going back to that, Canerod Piper did a video, I don't know if it's been probably 6 months or more. I don't know if it's been a year, but I think it was one of his Sunday videos. He talked about every pipe smokes a little different, and you kind of have to learn how to approach every pipe. And once you can do that, you know, everything kind of becomes accessible. And I definitely agree to an extent. Unless you're really prone to tongue bite or something, you can approach a non-filtered pipe and enjoy it. I have found that myself. Definitely approach smoking these pipes a little different. I suppose in such, you know, pipe smoking, you're not drawing in and blowing out as you may with a cigar. You really do kind of puff on a pipe. And what I find with the non-filtered pipes is that it's a much shallower draw. Kind of fly around me. And I saw a interview with J.R.R. Tolkien, where he was lighting a pipe, and he was doing these just very tiny draws, very tiny puffs to get it lit. And I remember thinking, you know, maybe that's the key. Just the tiniest of puffs to get a taste of the smoke. And that is a tasting technique, and it definitely helps, because one thing about non-filtered pipes I found is you really get quick feedback, and if you're drawing too hard or smoking too fast, you're going to feel that tongue bite coming on almost immediately. You feel it getting warm in your hand. It's just a good reminder, just, okay, step back, slow down, puff a little lighter. But I didn't really come on today to talk about how to smoke a pipe. I did want to just revisit a couple things, because it is 6 years smoking a pipe. Pulled out, I was going to pull out 3 of my very first pipes I had. One, as it goes, when you're looking for it, you can't find it. That is, and I just had it recently. I don't know where it is. It's a Dr. Graybo. It's labeled as a Grand Duke, but if you look at like the Duke or the Grand Duke, it's kind of their most basic straight billiard. I think the Grand Duke is supposed to be just a bit nicer, but this one is very basic, so it almost looks like a Duke that was labeled as a Grand Duke. I don't know. I always smoked kind of nice. It's a little small for me these days. Let me just put this pipe down for a moment, and I'll show you the next one I have. I showed this in another recent video. This is a Duca Carlo, which was a sub-brand of Savinelli. I don't know if they're still around. I don't really know the age on this. I always kind of thought maybe 1970s. So it's the Duca Carlo straight billiard. It's very similar to the 111 Savinelli shape. And then also one of the first pipes is this Missouri Meerschaum. It's a bent Washington, and it has that kind of Rob Roy shaped bowl to it. That was my first cob. I always enjoyed that one. And first tobaccos was Captain Black Gold, Sir Walter Raleigh, and I think it was like Lane BCA or one of those Lane aromatic blends. And throughout the years, I have tried numerous types of blends, numerous types of pipes. Not an extensive or exhaustive list at all, but I started with those aromatics, and I quickly kind of went to the kind of burley, non-aromatic burley Virginia, Perique, burley Virginia, Cavendish type blends. Every once in a while, I do come back to aromatics and enjoy them. And right now, I am going through a phase where I'm kind of preferring aromatics a bit. Kind of getting into English a tad, although I don't like the Latakia. But a touch of Latakia, a touch of Orientals, burley Virginia. I find that to be a really nice combination. I recently ran out of John Marr, which I find to be a very nice, I think it's just Virginian Orientals with a light vanilla topping. Might have to get some more of that. And I just placed an order before starting this video, and there will be a pipe coming. Revisiting those Stanwells prompted me. Now, the worst thing for pad, and this wasn't really pad induced, but the worst thing you can do with pad is to go looking for something, because you'll find it, and then you just have to have it. But this is a Stanwell pipe, a shape that I was going to get years ago, probably back at the end of 2019, and for whatever reason I never did. But you know what? You gotta have pipes for the future, right? So I will have a Stanwell pipe coming. I will show that when it arrives. Do a box opening. Got a number of blends coming. Some I've had, some I have not. So I think those will be interesting to try. Maybe give a little bit of... I like to do impressions videos. I can't review a blend because I can't speak for everyone out there. You might like something I don't like. And I wanted to bring something up too. A blend I had years ago. This is among the first I had. First couple like internet orders I did included this. This is Peterson's Nutty Cut. If you go back to like 2018, there's a lot of reviews about that. And when Peterson went off the market for a while and came back, that was no longer part of their lineup. And I don't know that it was intended to be limited edition, but I think they just made the decision they weren't going to bring it back. And this was always a really interesting one. I mean, technically it's an aromatic. Label says it's a mixture of golden, red, dark Virginias of different cuts rounded out with burley and black Cavendish. Now, it kind of had a little bit of a maple flavor to it, and what some people have described as coconut. And I found it very unique. I haven't found anything else that really compares to it. So if you're watching this and you know something that's similar, let me know. I definitely do like. I don't like too much maple. I've had Autumn Evening, which I enjoy. I do find it a little overpowering on its own. I tend to mix that with something. Peter Stokeby Luxury Navy Flake. I have that one coming. That's part of the order. It's not like this at all, although it has some similarities. It has a light kind of I can't say maple topping. It's a rum topping. It has some of that maple undertone to it. They kind of go together. And also McBaron Plum Cake, which I did not order, but that is among my favorite tobacco blends. That also has a similar feel, but that, I guess what people call that coconut topping, that's so unique. And I know it sounds a little off-putting, but whatever they did to it, it just made it so interesting. And I'd love to try it again. I don't even know if I'd buy it again. I mean, if it were still available, I'd buy it to try it. But Yeah, and that's another thing I've learned over the last 6 years is that blends kind of come and go. You know, I wouldn't have thought within what relatively short amount of time. You know, the Dunhill tobaccos, which when I started, that was a big deal because they were going off the market. Now they've since come back under the Peterson name, but then the Peterson blends went away, and that was all being reorganized at the time. Hmm. Kind of a lazy day, really. I appreciate watching. Wanted to mention too. I was talking about doing a special video project, kind of a noir film, and I was hoping to have that out. But as things go, I don't have it done yet. I do have a little bit of a teaser trailer put together, although I want to add to that too. So it's coming. Bear with me. I don't think anyone's really hanging on for that, but I hope you enjoy it when it's out. It will be coming soon. Mm. Well, with that, I will say that's all I have for my video today. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching. I hope you have a good pipe, something good to go in it. Take the time to enjoy 4th of July. Take the time to take care of yourself. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye now.